Greetings of the day to my dear students. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Drishti Academy. So today we are here with a strategy plan for two important subjects, that is social studies and English. So step by step, we'll be first covering social science and secondly we'll be going on to discuss English. So let's begin, people. So we have 3 months in our hands. It's going to be a crucial time, my dear students. November, December and January. An important time management will be there in your hand to cover up the syllabus, to buckle up all the strength within you and give your best in your upcoming board examinations. So let's proceed. If you have a plan, say for example 8 hours a day, you can commit 1 hour each for SST and English. Rest of the time you can manage for important subjects like mathematics and science. Make sure that you are not at all affecting any of the subject during your preparations. Balance them effectively and equally. Moving on with a quote. So it says, "In the silence of hard work, dreams bloom. Every late night lights up the gloom. Trust your grind. Your stories is just begin. The board is a test, my dear students. It's just a test, not the end, just one. This is going to be your very first step in the academic journey of your life. So give your best, my dear friends." So social science, social studies, we have 4 different subjects. We have history, geography, political science and economics. Make sure you have equal weightage of all these 4 different subparts. So you have to study all of them very properly. Coming on to the map marking, map distribution, we have history and geography. Including these 2 subjects, you will have a 5-marker map marking question. So you have to practice. We'll be discussing in the video which chapters are important for map marking, that you need to make sure that you are studying it properly. So moving on with the first month, November has begun. So for this particular month, we'll be discussing the rise of nationalism in Europe from history, resources and development. Another chapter is forest and wildlife resources for geography. For political science, we'll be having power sharing and federalism. And similarly for economics, we'll be studying about the development. These are the beginning of the chapters. From your initial chapters, we'll be discussing it in the November month. Coming on to December. So for December, people, we'll be having in history, nationalism in India. Secondly, we'll be having the making of a global world. To make sure you have certain subtopics only in this chapter, that is 1 to 1.3. When you are opening your NCERT book, make sure that you are studying only these many topics, as CBSE has clearly verified that you have to study from 1.1, that's 1.1 to 1.3, right? Moving on with geography. So for geography, we'll be targeting water resources and agriculture. For political science, we'll be discussing the chapter gender, religion and caste. For economics, the most important chapter, my dear students, sectors of the Indian economy, the most obvious questions will be asked to you from this chapter. So make sure that this is the toughest topic and you make sure that you have to study it very properly. Coming to the month of January, right? So for history, the age of industrialization, this was to be assessed as the periodic assessment only. The second one is the print culture and the modern world. It's not a huge chapter, you can study it easily. Next we have geography. So for geography, we have minerals and energy resources, manufacturing industries, and as I said, for map marking, you have to study lifelines of national economy. Don't focus on theory, people. Just focus on the map marking. Once you open your geography book, you will be observing the maps over there. So make sure that you are studying the maps properly from this particular chapter, as CBSE has mentioned properly that only map pointing to be evaluated in the board examinations. So don't focus on theory, just focus on map marking. Moving ahead, we have political science, wherein we have two chapters, political parties and outcomes of democracy. People, most obvious questions will be there from these two chapters from political science, as this actually plays an important role in the balancing of the entire politics, right? So this question will be asked to you in the examination. Next we have economics. The another chapter is money and credit. Next, the chapter which is of globalization, you will have only these many subparts. So open your NCERT, mark the chapters, mark the subtopics properly, globalization and the Indian economy to be evaluated in the board examination. What is globalization? There is a section in your book, what is globalization, that you need to study, and factors that have enabled globalization. So these two things only will be there from your chapter. Clear? Moving ahead, so that's all for SST. Another subject, that is English. My dear students, don't wait for the very last moment to study English, right? Because your language matters a lot. While answering the questions, you have to have proper command in your vocabulary, as well as you have to make proper sentences. You have to frame it according to proper grammar, right? Because sentence without proper grammar is itself an error. So students, make sure that while you are preparing for your English subject, practice. Keep practicing, keep writing the things. Don't just read it, because reading will enhance your reading capability, but you have to write in the board examination. So make sure that you are writing and practicing question and answers very, very nicely, right? So to divide the chapters in the subsequent months, we'll be discussing all of it. So you have two different sections. You have prose and you have poem. Prose means stories. So you have two different books, First Flight and Footprints Without Feet, right? So we'll be covering step by step all the chapters, and we'll be also covering some topics from grammar in the months. So first, A Letter to God. Second, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom and Stories About Flying. The poem, Dust of Snow, Fire and Ice, A Tiger in the Zoo, and Footprints Without Feet will be covering A Triumph of Surgery, The Thief's Story, The Midnight's Visitor, right? For poetries, my dear students, make sure that you are not just reading poetries, because you will be asked extract based questions wherein you will be asked the meanings of certain words, certain phrases, and you will be also asked the figures of speech, that is poetic devices, right? So these are the important sections of your poetry. Make sure that you are doing that properly. For grammar, we'll be discussing two things in the month of November, that is determiners and models, right? And for writing section, we have formal letter. We'll be discussing the format too in a while. First, let's complete the chapters. December. So for December month, we'll be discussing from the diary of Anne Frank, Glimpses of India, Mitchell the Otter. For poem, we'll be having three different poems, How to Tell Wild Animals, The Ball Poem and Amanda. My dear students, The Ball Poem is a very interesting poem about how a child actually balances the loss of a ball, and the author compares that loss to something that gains the courage within the child. So make sure this poem is done very, very properly. For Footprints Without Feet, A Question of Trust. Footprints Without Feet is a chapter also, right? The Making of a Scientist. And for grammar, we must target tenses and subject verb concord. Subject verb concord means what kind of subject you will be using or what kind of verb you will be using with a proper subject. Master the set of rules given in the subject verb concord. For writing, we have analytical paragraph on a given map, chart, graph or cues. Now what are cues? You will be given a paragraph, right? You will be given a situation and you have to choose what is best, right? And you have to give your opinion, why this is best, why this is not good, right? What makes one better than another. So your thinking capability is checked while you answer the writing section. So make sure that you are doing it properly. Moving on to January. So for January month, our last month of preparation. So in this we'll be discussing Madam Rides the Bus, the Sermon at Banaras, the Proposal. So the Proposal is a play in your book, right? The Trees in the poetry part, Fog, the Tale of Custard the Dragon, and for Anne Gregory. These are the poems that you have to study, right? Moving on to Footprints Without Feet, The Necklace, Bholi, the book that saved the earth, right? Last month, we'll be covering the reported speech. I hope you are very well aware of the term direct and indirect speech that you have studied in your previous classes, right? So we have been specified. We'll be having the questions on commands and requests. We'll be having the questions on statements. We'll be having the questions on questions. That means interrogative sentences transformation may be asked to you in the exam, right? And for reading, it's always your capability because there is no syllabus regarding the comprehension. Any type of comprehension, be it analytical, be it discursive paragraphs, will be given to you for nearly 10 marks. First paragraph, 10 marks, the second paragraph, right? Now, if we do not have a proper syllabus for the reading section, so there are certain tips and tricks from my side. For discursive passage, that is opinion based, wherein the CBSE assesses your opinion on certain topics, right? Read the questions first and then the passage. What is the mistake that you people do? You go to read the passage first and then attempt the questions. No. First read the questions, and once you are aware of the questions, you'll be finding the lines in the passage easily, right? It will save your time. Focus on tone, opinion and argument flow. Use your own words while answering. Don't make a mistake. Don't copy the exact lines from the passage, right? Notice keywords like however, therefore, but. They show opinion shifts. Now, what do you mean by the term opinion shifts? These different terms means different things, right? You cannot use therefore in the place of however, right? These are two different opinions. Coming to the second passage, that is your case-based factual passage. Skim for data, facts, figures and examples. This is going to be a little complex for you people if you are kind of mixed up in the assessing of data, right? So if you are given a data, how will you assess the data for the consequent years? How will you assess the data to give a proper feedback on the data? Like what was increased, what was decreased, right? How was the shift from the consequent years? So you have to find all of that. Read first and last line of each paragraph for main idea, right? So make sure that you are seeing the very first line and the very last line carefully enough to know what the passage is trying to convey, right? Because the last line of the passage may even change the tone of the entire passage, right? Moving on, for inference questions, think what the fact implies. If you are asked a fact-based answer, don't answer it in a theoretical format. Answer it in a fact-based format. Keep answers short, clear and factual. You don't have to frame stories. Remember, you have to answer it point to point, cut to cut. Clear? Moving on for the tips for writing section. You people might question that, ma'am, it's very, very difficult to write. So for formal letter, what's the format? Keep a format very, very simple, right? Sender's address, that means your address should be given. If the question is mentioning your address, then make sure that you are writing the same address. Clear? Then date. After that, you will be mentioning the receiver's address, subject, salutation, body and closing. This is the sequence of the entire formal letter, and every format will be dropping one line. Will be dropping one line after sender's address, after date, after receiver's address, after subject, after salutation. Body will be divided into 3 different parts. So every time you have to leave one line and then the closing, right? Keep tone formal and polite. Paragraph 1 will be regarding the purpose of the letter, that why you are writing the letter. Second paragraph will be the details or explanation. Third will be request or conclusion. Because if you are writing it to a higher authority, you cannot command. You can only request. So tone should be very, very polite. Clear? Next, avoid short forms. Now people, you might be, whenever you are writing in WhatsApp text or images, you are writing short forms. right? So make sure that you are reducing your habit then and there. Don't use short forms, write it clearly, right? Coming to the analytical paragraph, begin with intro and overall trend. So for analysis, you have to observe the trend and then you have to give the answer. Use connectors. Connectors means sentences that are used while joining certain words. They are called as connectors. Whereas in contrast, moreover, overall, to conclude, right? In my opinion, you can also give your opinion if you want. Compare data logically. Logically, data comparison means you have to analyze whether the data is going high, whether data is going low, right? Whether an increase has occurred, whether any decrease has occurred. So for values, you have to be very, very clear, right? Anytime you may be given first increase, then decrease. First decrease, then increase. It stayed constant for some period of time. So you may have different forms of data, my dear students. So practice it very, very properly. End with a short conclusion or summary line. So you can like conclude your entire analytical paragraph with one simple line that what you have observed. Clear? Don't elaborate the conclusion. Just one line conclusion is sufficient. So for marks distribution, people, reading section will be comprising of 2 paragraphs, as I have said, each of 10 marks. For grammar section, you will be having 10 marks. You will be given 12 questions and out of that you have to answer any 10, right? For formal letter, it's of 5 marks. For analytical paragraph, it's also of 5 marks. People, word limit is very, very essential in the writing section. Don't exceed the word limit and make sure those words which are not counted as words, say for example articles, right? Say for example certain verbs which you are using it consequently, right? So they are not counted. So make sure that you are lengthening your letter or analytical paragraph properly. Coming to the language through literature. So 1 extract out of 2 from drama or prose for 5 marks. 1 extract will be from poetry. So 1 extract from your stories and 1 extract from your poetries you will be given, right? Next you have 4 out of 5 short answer questions to be answered from the book First Flight. Here the CBSE has given you option. So you can leave any one question that you might not know or might not be able to write it properly. For 2 out of 3 essay questions, short answer questions answered from the book Footprints Without Feet. So as I have told you people that these 2 books are there, so you cannot leave any one book, right? You have to study both the books clearly. 1 out of 2 long answer questions to be answered from First Flight for 6 marks. So for 6 marks you have to give the length to your answer in that way, right? And 1 out of 2 long answer questions answered from the Footprints Without Feet. So both the books will be carrying 6 marks question and your total marks amount to 80, right? So that's all from my side, people. Thank you everyone, and Drishti family wishes you all the very best for your upcoming board examinations. Give your best, friends. Try hard, move hard and fight with every problem that comes your way. It will definitely make you reach to zenith of heights. Thank you, Acho.